Welcome to Shovelware Diggers. Our dig team is currently excavating the Softkey Shareware 2000 Hit Games 2 CD collection. You can find a link in the video description containing the entire directory structure of this archive. It's week 43, and these are the games that our diggers have lined up. For more information on how to join the dig team, simply head on over to the Patreon page linked in the video description. Now without further ado, let's begin. To start us off, Michael Madsen's dug up WINGAMES /puzzle/JPUZZLE. Okay, puzzle and JPUZZLE. I'm gonna guess jigsaw puzzle just from the name there. Interesting that it's got an installer. Only 2 bitmap files. JPUZZLE is a Windows puzzle game which lets you read in any bitmap file, scramble it into from 4 to 400 pieces, and put it back together. Well, I guess it's a jigsaw puzzle program, I guess. Works with Windows 3.0 or 3.1. 16 color monitor. Supposedly supports 256 colors. Unregistered version has all the same features as the registered version, except for the number of pieces into which you can divide the puzzle. So... wait, it said from 4 to 400, so then what's the limit in terms of the... Oh, well, that's kind of weird. They're actually advertising that changing any personalized puzzle of any photo for an additional $5. So basically you send them a photo and they turn it into a bitmap for $5? That's... ugh. Anyways, it looks like the registration was $16, and that was to Sophia Systems. So, let's see. For each additional photo, add $15? Holy jeez. It's not like the ability to scan stuff into computers was rare, but that just seems a little too expensive, all things considered. Well, let's see how this thing actually plays out. Okay, so we've got our puzzle here, presumably. So select puzzle, we've only got the 2... oh, cheetah. 16 colors, actually. It's kind of interesting what you can do with just 16 colors. When the resolution's high enough, anyways. Pieces. So I'm guessing the stars are the ones that... yeah. So only the ones with a star marked are the ones you can use with the unregistered version. So 16, 36, 64, and 100. And so when you go new game... oh, well, this isn't technically a jigsaw puzzle. Because here's the thing, is that in order for it to be a proper jigsaw puzzle, you have to be able to move the pieces anywhere, really. And that's not the case here. Here, it's like, the pieces are already figured out in a sense. You just, like, they're already arranged on the board. So, there's not a whole lot you can do with that. So, what if we said 100? Yeah, see, if this was a proper jigsaw puzzle program, you'd be able to just move the pieces anywhere you want, like click and drag them around. And then you could potentially have, like, different shapes to the pieces and stuff. This, you just click a piece and click another and it swaps the two. And it's basically just a swapping puzzle with tiles. So, like, I mean... I don't know, for $16? Oh, there's a size to window feature. It looks really distorted that way, but it's interesting that that feature is there. Oh, wait a minute. Interesting, so you can actually change it into a sliding puzzle format. Hang on. If I have it in jigsaw puzzle and I did something like that, and go to sliding... what? See, here's the thing. If you can switch it between the two, and then make, like, changes to the puzzle like this, and then switch it back to sliding, yeah, it doesn't... there's no guarantee that in the sliding puzzle mode, with changes made like that, that you'd actually be able to finish the puzzle. So that makes me question if the sliding puzzle mode is actually, like, properly randomized, or if not. Yeah, because that's one of the things people don't realize about sliding puzzles, is that it is possible to make them unsolvable if you're flipping the pieces around. Yeah, every time I try to fix the puzzle, it just screws some other piece of it up. This is not solvable. And it's not like I don't know how to do sliding puzzles. Yeah, I'm giving up. This is taking way too long. So yeah, this is JPUZZLE. It's a game which tries to be a sort of puzzle-based game, but it doesn't do it very well. And the guy wanted $16 for this thing. I've played better jigsaw puzzle programs than this one, let's put it that way. And there's far better ones for Windows than this. Like, this is pretty basic, and if this was cheaper than $16, then maybe. But the fact that the sliding puzzle aspect just doesn't work properly, like a sliding puzzle should work, like, you can play it, but you can't necessarily solve it because of the way the randomization works. So, that's not good. If you can't solve your puzzle, then why are you even playing it? So no, this is not a good jigsaw puzzle program. Next up, Ronnie Schmotzler dug up DOSGAMES /arcade/cyber11. Not quite sure what this one's going to be. A lot of games with cyber in the name. We got VGA files, so we probably got some 256 color VGA action going on here. There's a very short readme, so let's type that out. Type read.me. Cyber Wars. Move your Cyber Warrior with the numeric keypad. Fire a weapon, press spacebar or enter for lasers or missiles. For lasers of missiles. Typo. Followed by a direction key on the numeric keypad. And my Cyber Warrior is blue, apparently. Cyber. This is an unregistered version of Cyber Wars. Good to know. Years ago, the Aldebaran Empire brutally crushed your homeworld and enslaved its people with a newly designed death machine, the Cyber Warrior. However, during their lives under the reigns of their harsh Aldebroni lords, the people developed a weapon to retaliate against the merciless Cyber Warrior. Now your people need only a few brave fighters who can lead the world to a renewed freedom. Okay, fair enough. Copyright 1992 EVA? John Gibbs production. Okay. Mission number 1. Location Alconus Desert, enemy strength 1. Destroy all enemy forces in the area. Cyber Warrior specifications. Armor rating 1. Missile type Terration Spheroid. Okay. And shield strength none. Okay. Ow! Okay, so you can't move diagonally. Good to know. Yes, play again. Okay, you can fire diagonally, but you can't, Wow, you just wrecked me. So, how do I defeat this guy? Ow. Like, here's the thing, is that he attacks almost as fast as I do. Well, no, he attacks as fast as I do. He attacks faster than I do. He attacks the moment he can. And presumably he's got, like, similar stats to me. Look at that, my missile went straight through him. You know, maybe if I managed to waste his missiles somehow. Okay, he's out of missiles. So, let's see if we can just pummel him with missiles. Well, I used up all my missiles. Wow. This game is impossible. He fires the instant he can. It's like human reaction time. It's not possible to beat this guy. I don't think this is possible. I mean, there's a mine key. I'm gonna try laying a mine. This is bad. This is really bad. This is... And here's the thing, is that you guys are looking at this and you're probably thinking, well, you could probably cheese the AI or something, but here's the thing, the controls. You don't hold the keys down. Like, I mean, that works, but what it is that you push the key once to move one tile, and then you slowly move one tile. And then to fire, you have to hit the enter or the spacebar keys to arm either the missiles or the lasers, and then you can't move, and you have to push the direction you want to fire in, which includes the diagonal directions, even though you can't move diagonally. And then once you've fired, then you can move again. The controls are just terrible, combined with the fact that it's virtually... there doesn't seem to be any logical way of defeating this thing. He attacks faster than you, and he's as strong as you are, at the very least. I can't play this. If anybody wants to give this a try, feel free, but... Sorry, $12 for that? No. No. That game was not even remotely fun. That was just getting hammered by an impossibly difficult artificial intelligence. I don't even want to think about how strong the future opponents are. If that's what the first person you have to, the first level is like. I don't even want to know what the additional levels are like. So no, I am not registering Cyber Wars. Thankfully, after the failures of those two games, we have one that isn't that bad. WINGAMES /WC/1Street. And this one was dug up by Douglas Reno. Okay, let's see here. WC and 1Street. I got a number of WAV files, so we're going to have sound effects from the looks of it. A lot of WAV files. Got a setup program and a street program, so let's just run street. Street Shuffle. Oh, I think someone was actually asking about this game not too long ago. This is actually a pretty fun and challenging puzzle type game. So the way it works is that it's kind of like Pipe Dream, kind of, except you're trying to run a taxi cab, and the idea is that you want to get from one side to the other. And the faster you do it, the more of a tip you're going to get, and you can adjust how fast you go, and you've got a timer counting down to when we actually start, and you get gasoline limits, damage limits, you can get power-ups. There's actually a lot to this game. So I'm actually going to say start new game, because I was taking so long there. So let's just get it, see if we can do a... That'll work. Full speed. Oh, the sound's not playing.
We're here.
Sound's working now. And then you get money, and then you can purchase stuff at the service station. Oh, of course, it has to be that tune. And I'm going to turn that music off in case that results in copyright issues. And yeah, the first few levels for this aren't really too challenging. I should probably refuel. I don't know what the maximum fuel level is. I guess we're going to find out. 20 gallons. And I have enough for shocks, if I want them. I think I'll stay off the shocks for now. And then sometimes it mixes it up by having you have to put down the pieces permanently, like this. That should do it.
We're here.
Yeah, the gas is getting cheaper, so I'll put some more in. Moving on. But of course, sometimes there can be dead ends and stuff, so you gotta be really careful. Like, that would screw us over if we did that. And you also have to be careful, because if you put it into a state where you can't win, then the person you're driving will actually get mad at you. Because they'll realize you're just running up the meter. Okay. You gotta be really careful to get through those puzzles like that. Just look at this. It gives me an icy road right here, which means I'm pretty much screwed. Because if I try... Because I think it... I forget how the icy road mechanic works. Okay, so long as you're not going fast over an icy road. And the thing is, now you've taken damage, and you didn't get the money for that. You don't have your fuel, so now you're having to repair your vehicle, which is expensive, really expensive. So it's like having to decide between purchasing certain things. And here's the other thing too, is that if I wasn't doing the game perfectly up to this point, I wouldn't have been able to buy the snow tires to survive that level in the first place. So this game is it's like a puzzle game at the start, but it starts to become something very sinister, where you pretty much have to know what progression you need in order to survive. So you might as well get the shocks while we're at it. And the other thing too is you have to play the level over again. So, yeah. But now look at this. Now it's not giving me the icy road for whatever reason. So the icy roads were there just to sort of trip me up, and now it's completely unnecessary. Well, la-di-da.
We're here.
Oh, the fuel's expensive. Let's not buy it right now. So yeah, this game gets surprisingly challenging, but not in a good way. Because it ultimately does come down to just sort of memorizing what parts you need for when. Which to me is... Puzzle games shouldn't be about memorizing things ahead of time before you even get to the level itself. It should be about solving puzzles as they're given to you. Also, I think you can actually lose your power-ups when you crash, but I'm not entirely certain on that. That's not good. Oh no, wait, I got it.
We're here.
Okay, so... That's a Street Shuffle. Made by Max Eisler. And as for how much the guy wanted, registration information. So basically registration got you 256 color graphics, new graphics files, a level editor, and was only $7. So this is what you would call a proper shareware game for the old Windows days. Actually, when was this released? 94, so it was a late Windows 3.1 title. But for as many of the things as this game does, which bothers me, it's still pretty well put together as far as these kinds of games are concerned. So, you know, it's not bad for what it is.